Good morning, everyone. Um, today I'm having a rough day, but I wanted to take this opportunity to discuss something that I am familiar with and happens a lot, and I'm sure everybody that or a lot of people that suffer like I do with the various chronic issues and pain management and um, such. You have bad days. It hurts and then it can build and build. And there are certain things that kind of seem to trigger and make it just like you go into flare up where it's just insanely awful. And so I've been in a constant state of flare for a couple months now because we're trying to move to California and it's a nightmare with everything going on because my husband had to go down there ahead of us and start working. So I'm all on my own taking care of everybody. But, I got used to it. And then the pain build and builds and builds and builds. And it was just, I'm crying, just trying to sit and put on a shirt. So last night, I'm not sleeping, right? When you're in so much pain, you can't fall asleep because it hurts. And then even when you do fall asleep and do get sleep, it's not good sleep because your body hurts so much. It's a restless, light sleep. So I've been so exhausted and it makes me angry and grumpy. And then I become a horrible person towards my child. And last night it was just so much. So I took extra of my pain medication. It's still within safe limits, but it's more than my daily prescribed amount. And I had forgotten because I haven't done that in a hot minute because of the side effects. Because it took probably 2 years on this medication just to get the side effects to kind of go away and get to a functional level. Because it knocks me for a loop. Um, so I took extra because it was one of those breaking points last night. I finally got to sleep, which is great, but I had forgotten about those side effects because I had finally adjusted. My body had finally adjusted. So this morning, I go to get up. My son's like, Mom, we need to get up and go to the bathroom and start our day because he has gymnastics today. I get up out of the bed and I fall on my face. And then, he helps me up and then, we take care of the morning things. And then dogs are excited and they bump me just a little bit and I fall on my face again. Because the extra side effects of this medication, they make me not just dizzy, but really woozy, lightheaded, almost disconnect, like you're stuck in like a halfway out of body experience in a way. And it makes it very difficult. You're dizzy, you're falling down, you have no coordination for anything. And you're seeing double and triple. I tell people, it's like I don't need to be on drugs because my medication does that for me. And that's the way I am today. And I just wanted to point out, like, to be aware. We all have breaking points and we're all trying to do the best we can to manage the pain and the functionality and being able to just do things and live your life. And sometimes it's not enough. And sometimes we're still suffering a lot. And we can okay, I'm just going to have a bad day. And then sometimes that bad day extends and you hit a breaking point. You're like, I'm going to, one, always be talking to your doctors. What is a safe limit? What is my, so I take this on a daily basis. I take the one I'm talking about in particular right now is gabapentin, which is really common for people with EDS and fibromyalgia and other similar conditions. It is technically a seizure medication, and its secondary most prescribed use is actually for nerve pain, and it does a great job. But that nerve pain relief comes at a cost. And some people it's not bad. Other people like me, it's like I'm like a lightweight. I don't need to drink because this does that for me. I don't need to do drugs because this does that for me. I'm loopy, I'm discombobulated, I have no concentration, I'm dizzy, everything is blurry or double or like trying to look at everything with a kaleidoscope attached to each eye. It's insane. So, my 5-year-old today had to help me get up multiple times. Even with my dog that we've trained to brace, we paused his service dog training. Just he doesn't really seem to enjoy being out and working in the environments. So we're just kind of pausing to assess. I don't want to do something that he just hates. But I just, so my son had to, at first he tries to go get my walker. He's so sweet. I'm laying on the floor and he's like, Mommy, it's okay. I'm going to help you. I'll be right back. And then I hear a crash in the living room because he's pulling the walker that I had collapsed and put up on the end of the couch. He's pulling, he's like, yes, the walker. And he opens it up and he brings it to me and he's so proud of himself. And then he helps me get up, and I'm trying to use the walker, but I'm so dizzy that, oh, there I go, falling backwards again. And okay, the walker's not going to work today. People frequently, and if you suffer these conditions, right on it. And people who don't, they don't realize because we look fine. We look perfectly healthy. And some days we can walk around like, hey, life is good. I'm a normal person. I'm fine. I'm young. I'm healthy. And then there are days where, okay, I use the cane a bit because my balance is a little bit okay. I got a little bit of nerve pinch in the sciatic, a little trouble with one side on the leg. Or there are days where I have those arm crutches that attach to your arms and you're using your hands and there's two of them and you have to use those to basically walk because my balance or the problems in my legs are so bad that I need something to basically hold me up while I walk. And then there are days where, it's a walker day where there's problems with the muscles or the nerves, but my head's still on straight. But I need a little extra help and strength, and I don't have the coordination or whatever that I can use the double crutches. Okay, and then there are days like today where I'm basically going to be in my wheelchair all day. Do my legs work? Yes. But the side effect of the gabapentin has me so dizzy and woozy that I look like I'm drunk. I'm furniture walking. I'm walking into walls. I'm like grabbing on every piece of furniture or whatever that I hang on to as I go by. And I'm like, weaving from one side of the hallway to the other. It's a very woozy, dizzy, discombobulated whoosh. And you're just almost kind of stuck in that. And there's this almost light tingling that is in your head. It's in your face. It's in your ears. It's in your whole body. But it's just really just, so I cannot safely walk on my own. And the balance is bad enough that I can't use the other things. So I got to use a freaking wheelchair. So I'm 37 years old. I look perfectly healthy. My legs work just fine. I can stand up from my wheelchair, but guess what? I fell down. And people don't see that though. And people don't understand, well, why didn't you do this or that? Or why are you using a handicap spot? Or why you're perfectly healthy. I watched you walking yesterday. Or I saw you at the trampoline park last week. Yes, you did. Because I was okay. And today is not an okay day. And it took a long time for my family even to kind of really understand and kind of really get it. And not really judge, like, okay, I'm walking and then I'm in a wheelchair. I obviously, because of the vision, the dizziness, the discoordination between motor skills, like even using my hands, like I'm pretty sure when I look at this video later, it's going to be nothing but shakes because I get tremors when, and they get worse. It's a side effect of the medication. So I took extra last night, gabapentin. And I'm sure this is a rambling video because my brain is not focused. I took extra gabapentin, still within safe limits, something I've discussed with my doctor and I was prepared to do, but it's been a minute since I've done that because of the side effects of it. And it basically means that I'm dependent on other people for safety and security and to even be able to safely watch my son. Because he's a boy. He's a 5-year-old boy who likes to get into things and do things and stupid stunts because he's in gymnastics. And, So I need help just for safety of, my safety and my son's safety. Some days I can't get that. Some days we're on our own, and I just have to pray that everything's okay and works out and nothing bad happens. Um I don't cook. We don't cook because it is unsafe. My cognitive, not just the I burn myself, I cut myself, I injure myself, but also the brain, the cognitive. I forget. I get confused. I don't know what I'm doing. And that's how I physically hurt myself, but also how I almost burned down my house multiple times. You know, at least the microwave, we microwave things. The microwave stops and turns off automatically at the end of the cycle, whatever you put in it. An oven doesn't do that, and neither does a stove. You got timers, but it doesn't turn itself off for safety, you know? So the other day, I was having a bad day, and my brain wasn't working right, and my grandma, bless her soul, had made this amazing chicken enchilada for us ahead of time because she knows I can't really cook, but she didn't think about the fact that it was put in a tin foil container that can't go in the microwave, and it needed to be cooked before it could be like separated and put into something else. So I put it in the oven, and I got distracted before I finished and ended up not turning the timer on. And I don't know how long it was in there. I don't know how long it was. But sometime later, because I'd completely forgotten that there's something in the oven, my son is hungry. He wants something. And I'm like, okay. I walk up to go to the pantry or in the fridge to see what we have to get him. And then I realize, seeing the thing on the oven, holy shit, there's something in the oven. It's been on, and I had no idea how much time has passed. None. So then I have to, I'm freaking out. I turn everything off. I got to get the gloves. I'm like falling over. Thank God it wasn't on fire. It was a little black. I'm going to be honest. It was a little overdone. But had my son not mentioned, Mommy, I'm hungry, it would have been a lot worse. There have been some times where, kind of need to use the fire extinguisher. So I understand. And people who might suffer from some of this stuff, you're not alone. We actually have a pretty big community. And finding these online communities is what has helped me understand all of these symptoms and understand how I can be perfectly okay and functional, and then I'm not. And how even when I'm functional, I have to be careful and pay attention because my body is not like most, and it is always unstable. And if I don't pay attention and I just whoops, something then dislocates. Congratulations. In fact, my mom broke the tip of her, which one was it? Her tibia. Broke it. Turning around while walking her dog. She had stopped and had turned to face somebody. But because of her hypermobility, she's used to like, oh, I'm not even going to turn my feet. So she didn't. Her feet stayed there. Her knee dislocated, and she fell and twisted and broke her tibia, the tip of it, because she's hypermobile and unstable. And I thank God had not broken a bone yet. Knock on some wood. But, plenty of dislocations and whatnot. But so, back to today, I am having a rough day. And I'm stuck in a wheelchair. And I can't drive. It is not safe, obviously, to get behind the wheel. But there are things to be done. Expectations. My son's gymnastics are today. He just got advanced to the big boys class, and he just is so excited. The dogs were freaking out because they thought somebody was here, and they really weren't. But I had to check. So I have to then find a way to either, okay, disappointment, sorry, you don't get to go do the things that you love, even though we're only going to be here for a couple more weeks, and you're not going to get enough time doing this that you have been so excited for, and I'm sorry to disappoint you. Or I can beg family members and friends and anybody I know, hey, can you give us a ride? Can you stop what you're doing and give us a ride because I'm not safe? And I have a very lovely, supportive family, but a lot of times, they're just not available. And then you're just left with, okay, I'm going to spend God knows how much money on Uber. Or we just get to disappoint. We just get to say, sorry, my highly energetic, super physically, activity needy son who has just been so excited and working so hard and practicing. Too bad. You're stuck at home watching and taking care of your mother at 5 years old, helping me off the floor when I fall, getting me a refill, and helping and figuring out what we're going to eat, which is all going to be junk out of the pantry today. Because that's what all we can do. Sorry, you can't go outside and ride your bike. Because I can't really be out there with you. And with my husband, there's safety rules that if I'm not in a condition where I can quickly intervene and get to him in a safety situation, it doesn't happen. So I'm sorry. You can't go ride your bike. We can't go visit friends and play because I can't drive. We can't, and no, I can't physically do these things with you because I'm not capable at the moment. So congratulations, we just get to have a boring sit at home, you take care of your mother day. And that is devastating as a mother. Especially that it happens so often. And a 5-year-old shouldn't have to take care of me. And I apologize for crying and being all emotional, but like I said, I'm PMSing. And I have found that there's other ladies out there that when it comes to that time of the month, it is basically an automatic guaranteed flare-up of pain and mobility disruption and just a disconnection between your brain and trying to get your body to do stuff and lightheadedness and confusion and all that. It is a guarantee every cycle. And if you happen to already be flaring up like I am for other reasons, because stress causes us flare-ups and causes the symptoms to increase and be worse, guess what? I have discovered, just a heads up, ladies, I have discovered that it's going to increase exponentially when it's that time. Yay. So I get to, and it's a holiday weekend. I was going to take a certain somebody to the ZOO over the mountain. We were going to go visit family and friends because we're going to be moving and leaving and he's not going to see them anymore. I had all these plans. What used to be Cirque du Soleil is in town. I was going to get us tickets and we were going to go and it's going to be this amazing show. Sorry. I have to work so hard to not let him know anything exciting ahead of time because I don't want to get his hopes up and then dash them and disappoint him again any more than I already have to. So he doesn't know any of it. But I have the burden of knowing that, I planned all of this stuff. It was going to be so amazing. We were going to have so much fun and all these memories and quality time with people. And it still hurts me that that's not going to happen. Even though he doesn't know and I don't have to have him go through disappointment and all that. It still hurts me as a mother. So, I know this is a kind of a rambling vlog right now, but I kind of needed to just kind of express that because I'm pretty confident that I'm not alone in this. For those of us who suffer these types of conditions and are parents or have responsibilities to others that depend on us in some way, even pet parents. I got 2 dogs and a cat, and the plan was that they were going to be going out to the dog park and all this other stuff, get their energy out, play with others, have social time. We were going to do some training time here at home, and that requires brain power that I don't have right now. And I will not train compromised because that can cause confusion in the dog. Because if I'm messing up and doing something wrong or different, I may not be aware of it. And then I'm training the dog the wrong way with the wrong things, and it confuses them. Because later I'm like, why aren't you doing it right? Because I wasn't teaching them right. And I wasn't even really aware. And now I have to undo that and then retrain. So I have had to learn to just have to Canex and stop. And I'm not good at that. I'm not good at acknowledging I'm not capable of something in a moment. It has taken years of a lot of therapy and my body basically forcing me with no other choice to even be capable of it. But I know I'm not alone. I know that there are people out there like me that have these types of conditions, and I would bet money, I'd bet money that there are days like this for them. And that for those of you that, are in this position, you can feel really alone. And you can feel not just, we suffer through on our own and we get through it. And when it's a bad day and it's just on us, but when there are those that depend on us, we spend a lot of time feeling like a failure because we feel like we're failing them and our ability to take care of them and have their needs met. And the disappointment, even if they're unaware, and I just want to say that you guys aren't alone in it. And it is not something that's just in your head. And it's not something that, just get over it. It is completely valid and legitimate. And I know that you feel like a failure, but you're not. And as long as you keep making an effort and you keep trying to find solutions and you are communicating that in the event, like say it's a child, somebody who can understand, or you're adapting and making compromising efforts and activities. Like, I can't do anything, but if my dog brings me the ball, I can throw it in the house. And you know what? No, we shouldn't be throwing balls in the house. But you know what? A lot of normal house rules go right out the fucking window when you're compromised and you're just stuck and you still have to find a way to provide some amount of the care that's required for those that depend on you. So yeah, I throw a ball in the house. I let my kid jump and do gymnastics on the couch, even though it breaks the couch sooner. Because I'm trying to find outlets for them when I'm compromised. And that is okay. People may judge you and have all kinds of things to say about your house rules and all. They shouldn't, and why, you're teaching them these horrible things. And people, sometimes family and friends, they don't understand the severity of what you're going through. And, well, just take your medication. Well, guess what? I took my medication and I took what the doctor and I put in our treatment plan for when I'm suffering to this level. And guess what? Now we have to deal with the consequences of that. Treatment is not consequence free.